Clearfield County, a family is struggling to understand why a police officer was killed. Now, the case is closed, but they still don't have any answers. The murdered cop's son says he's not going to put down his father's badge until he uncovers the mystery. Pat D'Amico was 25 years old when he saw his father, Lyle, a police officer, shot dead at this spot near the Curwensville VFW.
I reached down, I picked him up like this, and I saw his eyes frozen wide open.
Passerby Paul Lynch found the body slumped in the patrol car that December 28, 1964.
I checked the pulse in the neck. There's no pulse.
There was also no suspect and no motive. Police around the region were on alert.
All the police officers that I work with were on guard because they didn't know who did the shooting nor where he was at the time.
At 8 the next morning, Ethel Klusak called police saying that Richard Lines, a 38-year-old brickyard worker that she was dating, shot and killed D'Amico. She said he forced her to drive and stop patrolman D'Amico. Then Lines ran over and shot the officer 3 times.
There was bang, 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 and my dad fell down and says, "Oh my God, why me?"
This led to the largest manhunt in the region's history. 100 local, county, and state officers started the search for Richard Lines. After 2 days on the run, officers had Lines surrounded. He was hiding in some bushes and had to make an escape. So he jumped on a train that was passing by. He took it towards Lumber City and got away. Lines turned himself in 2 days later and put the blame on Klusak. He says she was drunk that night of the murder and she's the one that fired the gun. Lines' first trial was a mistrial. In the second trial, after 22 hours, the jury found him guilty of voluntary manslaughter, recommending 12 years in prison. He would only serve 7.
I was bitter. The whole family was bitter because Dad was just like an ant. You walk down the street, an officer of law, you step on him and it's all over.
If I'd have been the jury, I'd have given him life.
Lines never admitted to the shooting. The jury was easy on Lines because they thought Ethel Klusak was involved. She was never charged, and no answers surfaced.
Today, we look back on all this, and my family wondered, why was it Dad? What motivated that? We don't know. It's 52 years, but our family knew that Dad was extremely proud of that badge.
52 years later, Pat D'Amico still carries his dad's badge and is still searching for answers, hoping to bring peace and closure to his family. And as compensation for Lyle's death, his wife just got $50 a month for 5 years, so they were kind of stung by that as well. Klusak and Lines died without shedding any more light on this case, and there was no real understanding of why they didn't charge Klusak either. So
you really spent some time with Pat. I mean, is there anything else he can do at this point, or it's really just... I think
obviously they would hope someone could come forward to provide maybe family members of relatives, but really I think they've resigned now at this point. They don't think they're going to get any answers out of it, so it's still a tough part for them to deal with, and the children and grandchildren of the murdered officer. And we do have more information, details about this case, and a poem by Lyle D'Amico's granddaughter at this story at wearecentralpa.com.
Very good. Thanks.